The good news is he's almost dead. Thanks to our good friend the doggo. Oh no. Alright. Alright, one down. Oh! Wow, you just dealt with that guy. Neat. Like that. Hello, welcome back to another episode of my Elden Ring Let's Play. Based off of my current location and my getup, you may have an inkling as to where we'll be going this episode. And if not, it'll be a welcome surprise. But, you know, as with most episodes, we start off with a quest line.
Apparently not. You are, but you no longer have been. No. You have felt or can smell. Apparently mine was a brief going and trapped in this. I can ken the pox. Going and trapped in. I can ken the pox.
And with that, we're off. Off to where exactly? The sewers. And where else, honestly, considering that I have a katana, a turtle shell, and, you know. Dang, that guy took more hits than I anticipated, but that's fine. To the poopy dimension. Now, I'm going to say this straight up. We're either going to be here for one episode or 2 episodes, because even though I have gone through this in pretty much every character, I still get very confused going through this area. It is very big, and it is very convoluted. Nice rats. And now we have encountered the crux of the problem. It's specifically this opening area that's a nightmare, because there are 4 of those big guys. Thankfully, I have a set of tools specifically curated to king their asses. And I'm just going to be honest, this is how most of these fights at the beginning are going to go here, because I do not like dealing with these guys. And as I said, there are a lot of them in this area. So the less I have to deal with them, the better. Look, see, there's 2 already, and there's 1 more somewhere off in the shadows. But I think if I'm fast, I can come in here and grab the Site of Grace, which I'm not going to rest at, because I don't want them to respawn. As you can see, the barricade shield crit strat is very effective against them. If you're having trouble with them, I highly suggest it. I think I might make a video on this strat because it's so damn useful, especially if you're not good at this game or if you encounter particularly annoying enemies like those. Like I said, this area is confusing, so forgive me if I'm a bit perplexed as to where to go. Because there are multiple ways forward, and not all of them are correct. And also, there's a lot of these guys in this section. Thankfully, gravity does most of the work for us. Yeah, so I'm going to try to get through this area resting at a site of grace as little as possible. Because if I have to traverse back through, I don't want to have to deal with these enemies again. Of course, I'll probably end up having to do that anyway, regardless of whether or not I want to. Oh. Lucky you. Never mind. Don't worry, we'll be joining him. Because there's actually an item down there that I need to get. But getting there is not fun because there are giant lobsters. And if you know anything about crustaceans in Soul games, fighting them is not fun. So there's that one there, and there's another one over there. And I don't want to have to deal with them if I don't have to. item I want is unfortunately very close to that one. So the strat. Thank you, lobster friend. Beat him over here. We're just gonna run. The good old strat of running away. It works surprisingly well. And here we arrive at the second destination on our journey through this area. Because you'll notice as soon as I let this site of grace, I can't open the map. Although that might be because I've aggroed the lobster. So let's de-aggro him real quick. Okay, but once I'm here... Oh, I can. Well, anyway, this is a mini dungeon inside this dungeon. And there is actually something in here that I need. So we're going to clear it. And I believe the gimmick with this dungeon is that you go through the same room several times until eventually you arrive in the correct room and pull the lever. Now that was worth getting. Uh oh. Let's see if this sets him off. Well, that's disappointing. You. Really? He's not close enough to set up? Okay. As for this... I really should have cleaned up my inventory. Whatever. It's too late now. Yeah, unfortunately this dungeon won't be the last we see of these guys. Because they appear later on. Oh, it's just him? Alright. neat. I don't know what that does, so let's find out. Oh, well, thankfully that's not an issue I have to deal with because this is going to be a mostly PvE playthrough. I mean, I might eventually do PvP, but hopefully I won't be hit by critical attacks. Okay. And then there's our friend. Oh, I'm starting to remember now. Yeah. So we'll loop back around, and there'll be another one of these guys here. As you can see, the barricade shield strat is incredibly effective against their moveset. Yeah. So you'll come over here, see there's nothing up here, and then you'll drop down. And you'll notice the area looks very familiar. Except, if you come back here, the door's already open, but there's no boss gate. But there is this fellow. And his friend. Wow. We just completely missed each other there, huh, bud? That was impressive, if I'm being completely honest. Oh. And thus we continue forward in this never-ending loop until we pull the lever. I'm being goofy about this, but it's actually a really cool way to design a level, is just have it repeat the area. Because if you come back, this is where we initially entered, or rather, it's an area similar to where we initially entered this dungeon, but you'll notice there's no exit. But yeah, it's just a loop mechanic thing where you go through, because you'll notice that we go up the stairs here, and then we do similar stuff, go through the similar areas, then we go even further up. Right. So these are interesting because in order to do what I just did, you kind of have to like clip it on the way up in order to trigger it properly. I wonder if he'll fall off. Aw, it would have been really funny if he fell off. That's very encouraging, but this is not the part of the level that will make me give up. And if we pull this, get that prompt, and I think we might already be back at the start. Yep. You see the denoter is the statue here. Now, I am going to go ahead and summon the boys, because this is a very annoying boss fight for a couple of reasons. One, the enemy is human, and two, he's backed up by 2 dogs. And that can happen. Fortunately, we don't have to go through the dungeon again, so... I guess I was just a little bit too gung-ho. Well, thankfully, the entrance is right here. So I'm just going to summon the boys, grab my souls, and then I'm going to deal with those dogs. Because, if I'm being completely honest, they're the issue in this fight. There we go. Okay, I'm just being dumb at this point. You see, I'm expecting to not stagger because I'm not getting staggered by the first hit of his dagger, but that's not how it works. That's not how it works. I'm gonna try an alternative strategy real quick just to see how it does. Well, boys. How is that missing? You see, these dogs are very annoying because not only are they dogs, but they also have that attack where they just run at you. And previously, because the code was bugged, that attack could one-shot you. It just keeps going, see? Alright, clearly this isn't working, so let's try a different spirit. I haven't upgraded the boys +2 yet. Alright. You know what, let's just give Lutel a try. Ultimately, if we can deal with the dogs, this is a doable fight. I'm just being dumb. Clearly that is the strat I should have done from the beginning. So the talisman I just got is a special talisman that, when equipped, gives me a damage boost anytime blood loss occurs. And it could be mine, it could be an enemy's, it doesn't really matter. And once my build becomes a little more blood focused, that'll be very useful. And it is useful against a couple of bosses. Particularly big ones that, you know, are slow and allow you to proc bleed on them a couple times. Which, unfortunately, slowly decrease as the game continues. Like, the last boss is completely immune to most status conditions. I do not remember this part, but you know what? I'm just gonna employ the good old ignore and run strat. It's never led me astray before. Oh, I remember now. Okay. Oh! I especially remember now. That's the wrong flask. Too far away. And another one bites the dust. And with that, we are back in the starting section of the maze. And don't worry, we really just took the long way around, because you'll notice this is where we drop down. And you know, I think I've been recording a decent amount. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to call this episode here, and then we'll explore the rest of the sewers next time. So thank you for watching. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe. See you next time. Bye.